This is a vehicle that I added to Minecraft. This is a vehicular man, and if you tickle him with a feather, this is vehicular man's laughter. Every stronghold now has 2 portals in the portal room, and one goes to the beginning dimension, which is kind of the opposite of the end. Everything is made of beginning stone, which is like what end stone looked like before they began texturing it. And the end has these tall obsidian towers, but the beginning has only just started constructing those. And I also added these little O block blocks that will run around and cause trouble, just like in the real O block. Now I know what you're thinking. These girls look great, but it's what's on the inside that really matters. When you've been bitten by a tick, you'll get Lyme's disease, which, just like in real life, turns you into a lime. If you leave the cars alone, they'll gather to race in the piston cup, and if you have the body of a car, you can join the race. If you win, you'll get the piston cup. I'm gonna add my own squid games to Minecraft, as well as these squid games. Steak stone will keep you nice and full, but raw chicken stone has salmonella, so every time you use it, it'll spawn a raw salmon. Minecraft runs at 20 ticks per second, which obviously means there's this room with 20 ticks controlling your game. Being woke is all about pronouns and identities, and Minecraft Andesite has a huge problem. It has no pronouns, and it's so similar to Minecraft Stone that it has no identity. Luckily, I'm here to give it a nice orange color to let it stand out, and then I gave it some eyes and a nose and a mouth, and now it's Mandesite with he/him pronouns. If you're at the nausea potion drinking place, railing back a couple of nausea potions, it'll be quite difficult for you to drive back home. You can cut a lime in half with a sword, and then you can right-click either half to get lime juice, which is good for preventing these new kidney stones. If you die in one of these fraction dimensions, you'll end up in the 1/8 dimension, where only 1/8 of every chunk generates and the rest of it is just empty. But you can work your way up to the 7/8 dimension, where 7/8 of every chunk generates. Now that we have all these drills and drill machines, we can finally make some drill music. Ahem. These witches love coca, oh and or no and. And the Q pearl is interesting because it actually teleports you to the Q-tip dimension, where everything is made of Q-tips. I added new ears to Minecraft. There's also Squid Build Battle, where you have to build a specific theme but using only squid blocks. Squid Hide and Seek, where you're disguised as a squid and have to find a place to hide. Squid Bed Wars, which is like regular Bed Wars, but a squid is sleeping in your bed. Squid Dropper, where you try to drop a squid into this tiny water block. And Squid Hunger Games, which is entirely underwater, so it's basically about who can hold their breath for the longest. And if you go north, south, or west, you'll find bookstores and bathrooms like you'd expect in a train station. But if you go east, you'll end up in the Middle East, where Endermen are fighting a centuries-long war over Enderman oil, which is what Endermen use to teleport. This opens up the door for doing stuff like pigstone and having pigstone pigstons. You'll stop getting bitten when all the mosquitoes are full, at which point they'll realize that you are what you eat, and they'll turn into friendly Steve mosquitoes. Between the beginning dimension and the middle dimension is obviously the quarter dimension, where everything is made of quarters. And if we consult this graphic, we're now clearly missing a dimension here, so I also made this 3/4 dimension where everything is made of 3/4. Minecraft Redstone is cool and all, but you can't eat it no matter how hungry you are. So I came up with Breadstone, which works exactly like Redstone, but you can also snack on it. Just like in real life, you have to give your girlfriend the right item to make her stop being angry, which is randomly generated from every single item in the game. If you get it wrong, she'll turn from your girlfriend to your girl enemy. Since we're talking about ticks, I also added TikTok and Tick Charlie D'Amelio, who does TikTok dances. There's also this actual piston cup piston for the real car guys out there. If you die in one of the 8th dimensions though, you'll end up in the 1/16th dimension, where a girl is always celebrating her sweet 16, But some of you guys are like 25, so you should definitely not be anywhere near here. So let's go to the 132nd dimension, where a girl is celebrating her 32nd birthday and also having a midlife crisis. And if we go back to that gravity thing, the block does and doesn't have gravity, which means it'll spaz out and turn into a black hole, enveloping you in darkness and leaving you in an infinite and unforgiving void.